people? What up? What up? Thank you guys for tuning in again. I appreciate y'all viewership. I really do. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Man. Stuff just happens. Yeah, my mic broke. I was trying to say it. I have a blue Yeti, and the bottom piece of the mic just popped out on me out of nowhere. I couldn't plug it back in, but luckily I got a backup mic, and we back in business, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all viewership. Like I was saying before, we are on number 15. So 15, man, and we are moving right along, just in the way we should be. Just in the way we should be. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for your boy if y'all are new. And we gonna get into this, man. We gonna get into it. Let me just check something real quick. Make sure y'all say what up in the chat. All right, we good. I'm just making sure we got. Just making sure we got action. Understand? All right, y'all. Let's get into it, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate y'all viewership. We're going to have an interesting one today, man. We're going to have a good show. Man. Hit that like button for your boy. Let's get into this, man. Putin met with some leaders, the Indian leader and the China leader at the SCO major event across the world, I guess. Let's tune into the video, see what's going
on. Dear Chairman Xi Jinping, dear friends, first of all, I would like to support the colleagues who spoke and highly appreciated the work done by the Chinese side during its chairmanship of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This year is special for all our states. On May 9th, Moscow solemnly celebrated the anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War and the defeat of Nazi Germany.
We back, man. We back.
And the day after tomorrow, large-scale events dedicated to the victory over Japanese militarism and the 85th anniversary of the end of World War II will take place in Beijing. It was possible to crush Nazism and militarism thanks to the unity of the peoples of many countries of the world. Following the results of World War II, the United Nations Organization was created, which this year also celebrates its 80th anniversary.
Welcome in, man. Let me know how y'all
and its charter incorporated key principles: the supremacy of international law, the right of a nation to self-determination, sovereign equality, non-interference in internal affairs, respect for the independence and national interests of each state. These principles remain true and unshakable to this day. It is precisely on these principles that the activities of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization are built, uniting like-minded nations committed to the ideas of establishing a just multipolar world order. For the current meeting of the Council of Heads of State, a substantial package of documents has been prepared, and the main document, the Tianjin Declaration, reflects the agreed approaches of the member states on pressing issues of the global and regional agenda. Of course, I will also note the strategy for the development of the SCO until 2035, adopted today, which predetermines the main directions of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's activities in politics, economics, security, and the humanitarian sphere. The pace of development of cooperation within the SCO is truly impressive. For example, the average growth of the gross domestic product of member states last year was more than 5%, and industrial production 4.6%. Mutual trade is also steadily growing. All of this exceeds global indicators. National currencies are increasingly used in mutual settlements. We advocate for the issuance of joint bonds by member states, the creation within the SCO of its own payment settlement and depository infrastructure, and the formation of a bank of joint investment projects.
With the audio or something.
All of this will enhance the efficiency of our economic exchanges and safeguard them against fluctuations in the external environment. Within the framework of the SCO, a branched and competitive transport infrastructure is being consistently developed. The volumes of road, rail, and multimodal transportation are growing. Close customs cooperation has been established. Electronic document management is being actively implemented. The strategy for energy cooperation until 2030, approved by U.S. last year, is being implemented at full speed.
Wow.
The specialized roadmap adopted today,
You're different.
aimed at its development, is focused on conducting a coordinated and balanced energy policy across the entire space of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. As many colleagues have already noted, the ties among the organization's participants are expanding in the fields of science and education, healthcare and the environment, as well as sports and youth exchanges. The SCO University, uniting 77 higher education institutions from our states, is functioning successfully. Regular forums of university rectors are held, and dialogue among students, postgraduate researchers, and faculty is being intensified. Dear colleagues, our organization is consistently increasing its influence in addressing pressing international issues, acting as a powerful locomotive for global development processes and the establishment of genuine multilateralism. And of course, the SCO makes a tangible contribution to strengthening an atmosphere of cooperation and mutual trust across the entire Eurasian continent, thereby helping to lay the political and socio-economic foundations for the formation in Eurasia of a new system of stability, security, and peaceful development, a system that would replace outdated Eurocentric and Euro-Atlantic models, take into account the interests of the...
Are y'all a fan of him or not? No, a lot of people hate him. A lot of people love him. Me, I don't know how I really feel about him. I think that he's a powerful person, obviously, but do I know him and his family? Nah. Want to know him and his family? Not so much really care to meet this guy, I'll be honest with you. But if I do, shoot, I do, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like, he's out here killing people right now, and we trying to figure out why he's not trying to stop. That's the honest truth.
Broadest possible range of countries, be genuinely balanced, and thus not allow attempts by some states to ensure their security at the expense of the security of others. Taking this opportunity, I would like to say that the Russian side adheres to the same approaches regarding the crisis around Ukraine. Let me remind you in this context that this crisis did not arise as a result of Russia's attack on Ukraine, but as a result of a coup d'etat in Ukraine, which was supported and provoked by the West, and then attempts to suppress, with the use of armed forces, the resistance of those regions of Ukraine and those people in Ukraine who did not accept or support this coup. And the second reason for the crisis lies in the constant attempts by the West to draw Ukraine into NATO.
You want me to... I don't know, Michael, you different, bro. Are you a guy or a girl, first of all? Because we got to address that. Second of all, I appreciate you, though. I really do appreciate you for stopping. But you got to be trolling. You got to be trolling. Same with Michael, you got to be.
which, as we have repeatedly emphasized and stated, moreover, for many years, represents a direct threat to Russia's security.
I appreciate you, though.
By the way, as a result of the 2014 coup d'etat in Ukraine, the political leadership of the country that did not support Ukraine's accession to the North Atlantic Bloc, to NATO, was removed. In this regard, we greatly appreciate the efforts and proposals of China, India, and our other strategic partners aimed at facilitating the resolution of the Ukrainian crisis. I note that the understandings reached at the recent Russian-American summit in Alaska, I hope, also move in this direction, opening the way to peace in Ukraine.
I clearly can't talk
During the
bilateral Putin if the chat's going like this, but I'm gonna try to stay focused, man. They're making deals over there still in Russia. He's a deal maker still. He's still doing his thing. He's still making money, and he's not really losing much. It's looking like India is going to be investing more over there, and China is going to be investing more. They're going to be working out with different trade deals and stuff like that. Honestly, he's moving like he's one of the top leaders in the field. Honestly, he's moving like that. Him and Trump are kind of similar, and the leader of China, I think he's kind of similar to him too. But Vladimir Putin has his own style, and I don't know if he's number one or number two when it comes to world leaders.
Bilateral meetings scheduled for today and tomorrow. I will, of course, inform my colleagues in greater detail about the results of the negotiations in Alaska. By the way, yesterday during the dinner that our hosts organized for the participants of our meetings within the framework of the SCO, I already discussed this with Chairman Xi Jinping. This work has begun, and I informed him in detail about what we achieved during the negotiations with the President of the United States. And of course, for the Ukrainian settlement to be sustainable and long-term, the root causes of the crisis, which I just mentioned and have spoken about repeatedly before, must be eliminated, and a fair balance in the sphere of security must be restored. Naturally, one of the priority tasks of the SCO is seen as maintaining stability in the member states and along the perimeter of external borders. Russia supports the draft program to counter extremism until 2030 prepared for our meeting. We are ready to engage in the implementation of this document. We also consider it extremely important to sign today the agreements on the establishment in Tashkent of a universal SCO center that will address the entire spectrum of modern challenges and threats, and on the opening in Dushanbe of a separate anti-narcotics center. We expect that these centers will begin their work in the very near future. In conclusion, I would like to thank our Chinese friends for the very productive meeting of the SCO heads of state. I am confident that the issues of implementing the agreements reached here in Tianjin will be thoroughly considered at the meeting of the SCO Council of Heads of Government, which, as agreed, will take place in November in Moscow. We will be glad to see delegations from all your countries, dear friends. Naturally, I wish success to the President of Kyrgyzstan, Sadir Nurgajoyevich Japarov, and our Kyrgyz colleagues, to whom the functions of chairmanship in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization will pass after this summit. Thank you for your attention.
It's very interesting what's going on over there. They doing their thing, still making deals, still making stuff happen, and while still dropping a whole lot of bombs in Ukraine. So it's gonna be it's gonna be very interesting to see what ends up happening when it comes to everything going on with that war, and if we can possibly see an ending to it, to all these wars. Honestly, it's not just, we know that it's not just Ukraine and Russia. Like, the US is also doing some egregious stuff as well. So Let me know y'all thoughts, man. Let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below. I'd really like to know y'all thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all viewership. Y'all already know, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. Thank you guys again. We gonna get into the next subject. And unfortunately, the next subject is a lot of violence. A whole lot of violence. I just want you guys to look at this really quickly. Look at this. I promise you, we ain't gonna be here long tonight, but gotta speak about this. Gotta speak about this. I typed in Chicago in the search button of YouTube. That's all I did. First thing that comes up is National Guards in Chicago, updated an hour ago. Second thing that comes up is 7 killed, dozen injured in Chicago shootings over Labor Day weekend. What up, Brema? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. There was over 50 people shot and killed. Sorry, not shot and killed. Over 50 people shot, several killed. One weekend in Chicago, and oh my gosh, they were so pissed when they said they're going to send the National Guard there. So pissed. This is what we've been talking about for the longest time. All of this evil. All of this evil that's been going on in these streets, it has to come to an end, man. It has to come to an end. Let's tune into the video, see what's going on out here. We're going to watch a couple of them.
It's been a bloody weekend so far in Chicago with more than a dozen shootings in 48 hours.
WGN's Brona Tumblety joins us from 35th and Michigan with details. Brona?
Good evening, guys. Since Friday evening around 5 o'clock, there have been at least 21 shootings across the city, totaling about 36 victims, at least 5 of whom have died.
A series of shootings in the last 48 hours have left 5 people dead in Chicago. This as the Trump administration possibly prepares to send thousands of National Guard members to our city. Today, bullet holes still visible in vehicles along the 1900 block of West 17th Street in Pilsen, some even being driven with smashed glass.
Many of us want to actually live in this environment. Be honest with yourself. Be honest. Ask yourself the question: can I live? Can I live in?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Don't care how much pain over.
It's after a shooting around 1:30 this morning, in which police say 3 men in their 40s were hit. Residents say the 2 youngest of those victims, believed to be aged 41 and 43, were attending an outdoor party when someone approached with a gun and shot them both in the legs. The older victim, whom police say was 46, passed away. Locals say he was homeless and harmless, well known in the neighbourhood. Witnesses tell WGN he was shot in the head, execution style. Less than half an hour before all of this, 4 people were struck on the 2700 block of West Haddon Avenue in Humboldt Park. All were in their 20s and 30s and taken to various hospitals in good condition. And a separate incident earlier in the evening in Bronzeville saw 7 victims. It happened along the 3500 block of South State Street shortly after 11. Authorities believe it to be a drive-by shooting, with someone in a vehicle opening fire into a crowd.
They got stories for days about Chicago and set that streets. Let me know y'all thoughts. He would like to know.
All of the victims were shot in their lower limbs, and all are expected to survive.
So far, no arrests in any of those incidents. As we've been reporting, though, if you look at the latest CPD data available, crime overall in the city this year is down by about 13%. And if you look specifically at shooting incidents, it has dropped by almost 40% on last year's numbers. We're live at 35th in Michigan.
This is how they're explaining it to us. They're saying, well, the numbers are down. So we only had 20 shootings this weekend, but the numbers are down. What do you mean the numbers are down? You don't care about the down. You just had these shootings and the numbers were down. So last year it was worse than this? So last year it was. So 2 years ago it was even worse than this. That's what you're telling me. Care about that. Care about that. Care about that. We want no killings, crime, safe neighborhood. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm apologizing for it. Don't feel bad.
Some new detail.
Sorry. That's how we come in. That's how we all come in. 54 people shot in this one. Let's tune in and see.
Some new details now on a violent Labor Day weekend in the city of Chicago. Since Friday night, 54 people have been shot, 7 people killed. The youngest victim, just 14. Sadly, shootings are up from last year's Labor Day when 42 people were shot, 10 people were killed, according to the Sun-Times. All this amid the president's threats to send in the National Guard to crack down on crime. You
know what they saying in Chicago? You know what they saying in the streets of Chicago? They saying send the National Guard. We probably want to shoot at them too. They probably thinking like that. That's probably their thought, their mind. Now, no, this doesn't. Tired of hearing about it. Don't want to see.
City leaders say crime is down. This evening, NBC5's V Win spoke with violence prevention groups who are now urging neighbors to step in and to help break the cycle.
Police are investigating dozens of shootings, including 2 mass incidents over the holiday weekend. This one injured 5 people early Monday morning near 35th and Cottage Grove on the city's south side. Among the victims, a 17-year-old boy.
It's very upsetting because you have to think about the victims of the gun violence right now in Chicago and throughout our nation.
Theo Hardiman is the founder of Violence Interrupters. His organization has been around for more than 2 decades, trying to keep the peace and addressing the root causes of gun violence in his community.
Instead of the National Guard, we need a black National Guard. And what I mean by that, we need black men to step up and work with their nephews and their sons and see if we can turn this here tide of violence around.
Police also
National. Unfortunate, really unfortunate. A black national, not the National Guard, ones that is out here actually. You just need black national. Oh, y'all let me know what that is, because I don't know.
the root causes of gun violence in his community.
Instead of the National Guard, we need a black National Guard. And what I mean by that, we need black men to step up and work with their nephews and their sons and see if we can turn this here tired of violence around.
Police also responded to another mass shooting on Saturday night just blocks away from Chicago Police headquarters. At least 7 people were shot in a drive-by near 35th and State. That same night, a 17-year-old girl was hit by a stray bullet in her Inglewood home. Crisis responders in that neighborhood say they need more funding and resources.
Violence, crime like that, it's hurtful, for one, because nobody deserves to be shot, period.
Charles McKenzie runs Inglewood First Responders.
We have to help to make our community better. We cannot point the fingers at no one. We have to work together as a collective to make a difference.
His group is made up of teens and
Need the help. Guys don't want that. No, you need the help. Still shooting. 50 people killed. What is the damn solution? What is the damn solution? Because people shoot. Because this happens often. This happens way too often. Not like it's here and there, you know, once in a blue moon. Talking about young kids. 17-year-old was the that got killed this week. Future athlete, future doctor, lawyers, whatever you want. Future heroes that could have been, should have been. How many times do we have to go to the same uncles and say, yo, we got to stop killing? This is a bad look. The conversation. Have the not even a bad look. This is just we don't own no block. Renting our facilities or renting our we fighting over territory and drugs that is killing the more people. Like seriously. Seriously. That's the answer.
young adults trying to bridge the gap between police and the community and to build trust as seen in these pictures.
We just got to get more stronger and come up with a better solution how to tackle the violence throughout our city. But I don't believe the National Guard should be in Chicago. Hopefully one day we get to a solution where we can decrease half of the violence that's going on throughout our city.
V1 NBC 5 News.
Hopefully we can. We don't need the national. We don't need no help. We need the black. Got it. Y'all can have it. Got it. Shout out to Chicago. Let me know y'all thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. Tuning in. We're gonna get into our final. DC resident telling us how they feel.
It's
Unleashing. I don't want to say unleashing because Trump.
Thank you, Trump. You can now.
Donald Trump releasing in the city. Weird since it's happened. Let's tune into the video.
Thank you, Trump. You can now come and check out the monuments, get something to eat, and check out the sites in Washington, D.C. and not get robbed, carjacked, or killed by somebody who looks like me.
Everybody tripping about Trump releasing the National Guard out there in D.C. Everybody tripping about Trump putting the military in them towns. Well, if you're not a criminal If you're not out there in them streets doing anything you ain't got no business doing, you don't have anything to worry about. If you're not the gunslinger, if you're not the street runner, if you're not the one that's out there being notorious in those streets, if you're not the one putting tears in parents' eyes for no reason, for things, for stuff, if you're not out there terrorizing people, just wreaking havoc on the streets, you don't have anything to worry about. If you're not the problem, don't make yourself the problem. When the military hit them streets and they start grabbing people by the neck, I'm gonna be right there on my porch with a nice margarita, sitting there chilling, saying, I told you so. I mother-freaking told you so.
So President Trump has federalized the police department in Washington, D.C., and people are upset. He's calling it Liberation Day for Washington, D.C., and I couldn't agree more. The crime in D.C. has ran rampant, and it's about time that people can now have faith and trust in law enforcement out there and be able to walk the streets and not get hit over the head or mugged. I mean, why would anybody be upset with that? We just had a young member of Doge beat by a gang of young males. I mean, why would anybody have a problem with that? The left is calling him a dictator. They're calling him an authoritarian. A lot of names that they throw, a lot of word salads. Of course, they're calling for him to be impeached. But the people that support him is calling for more. This is what we voted for. And we're very happy that this man is making D.C. safe. He's making America safe. Look at the border. Have we had any other illegal border crossings since he took office? Nah. A big difference from what we've dealt with the last 4 years and who was responsible.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but imagine you open your door and you see crime all over the place, and you're in the power to do something about it. You expect for the President of the United States to be sitting in the White House, have crime breaking out all around him, having an intern trying to come to work for him who got attacked, and him not do nothing about it? He has the power to do something about it. These people out here are armed. They don't care. They can't aim. That's why he had to bring in the Marines or bring in whoever, the military. These people have no respect. It wasn't raised right. What are you supposed to do? Sit back and not do nothing? The person was attacked trying to get to the White House. That's all he doing. He got to clean up his house before you go clean up somebody else's. He trying
been sitting back and doing nothing for the longest time, and this is DC. This is DC. We just went over Chicago. I don't know how I feel about that. Chicago needs any and everything over there just to get it to 50-something people just they still talking about
trying to clean up the DC, because that's where the White House is located. The first president in history is trying to clean up DC. God bless America till it's backwards. Good job, President Trump. Clean up your town. Have a good one.
Yeah, you cannot tell me this is not benefiting us. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. I don't care who versus who, what they mean by what. Baby, it's clean and beautiful.
Trump isn't punishing homeless people in D.C. He is spending money to get them off the streets and into shelters, rehab, or proper care. I honestly don't understand why liberals see that as a bad thing. Most of these individuals are struggling with substance abuse, refusing mental health treatment, or simply refusing to be part of society. Removing them from the street isn't punishment. It is cleaning up our nation's capital. People forget that many of the homeless are actually reported missing by their families. Others are drug addicts or even criminals on the run. When they are picked up, they are given choices. But living on the sidewalk in Washington, D.C. is not one of them. Trump is also cutting into corruption. When NGOs are handed money to solve homelessness, that money often disappears. Just look at California, which has the largest homeless population in the United States. They spent $24 billion on housing and homelessness and still have the biggest homeless crisis in the country.
So right now I'm down here in Union Station, as you can see behind me. Yes. And I walked through Union Station. It was different. See, I'm from DC. I live here. So I can tell you, I can be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was nice. I don't even want to leave. Union Station, they literally, it feels different. Like usually when I walk through, it's got this quite darkness. It's like you're walking through some sort of demi hood at night. And now it feels more light, upbeat. It definitely feels safe. But see, I can say that because I'm from here. A lot of people that are here protesting, they're not from here. They don't even live here. So they wouldn't know.
Seen some people protesting over there. Whole lot of bots. You know them NPCs that just show up game and they just out of pocket. Or they out of pocket. Gotta get rid of them. That's the type. They were saying he's attacking. He's attacking the homeless. This is racism. He's attacking the homeless. People are actually happy about it. And I think the majority of people understand what's
on a day-to-day basis like I would and some of the other DC natives. But yeah, I even saw U.S. Marshals up in Silver Spring. They rolled up on somebody. When I say they were stealthy, they were in regular cars. I'm not going to say too much, but they were in regular cars. I saw this guy throwing up these middle fingers. I was like, what's he doing? Is he tweaking? And I look, I kind of faced where he's turned, and I see like 8 marshals, right? And they got like 2 or 3 people. They were silent. And this is Maryland. Well, it's still considered the DMV because it's the metropolitan area, but it's Maryland. And they're doing their work. The tax dollars at work. Yes. And Union Station literally feels cleaner. It's nicer. I could literally take a walk around, you know, the great big circle right here? It usually has a ton of homeless people. It's got the F Trump. The people who are saying F Trump, I'm sorry. They look dirty. They look like they stink. And it looks like a homeless encampment. Just a little bit. I mean, it's giving homelessness. Let me see that tent right there? The red and white stripes? It's giving homeless encampments. And I think I saw somebody come out of there. They looked a little, it's like there's always this look to them. It's like I don't want to say mental illness, but it's like this mental health crisis look. Anyway, I saw they had like this great big banner. It says F Trump, and the guy's gonna be there for 4 years. Y'all ain't gonna do anything. And there's a sign saying, release the Epstein. What are you guys gonna do if you have the list? Dance around it? You can't do anything about it. You can't even hold the people within your general group You can't hold, like, hold up, I had a millennial pause right there. You can't hold people in different tiers responsible if you can't hold the people around you responsible. The general public has to hold themselves responsible, and they don't do that. What are you going to do with the Epstein list? Please tell me. What are you going to do? Are you going to wage justice? You can't put them in jail. I'm more concerned about the people that I live around, the laws that affect me, not a bunch of rich people who do not live the same type of life as we do. Rich people can do certain things and not get in trouble. That's their tier. I'm not angry at them. It's just that I don't know why everybody...
I think she's really punching on them. Maybe like she's happy that somewhere, not in a sense still homeless, because homes and stuff, getting help. But she's saying how they look, like beat up, they been through something, and they people like that should not be on the streets. They should be getting help.
Everybody is so lit over the Epstein files. That is not going to end world hunger. It is not going to serve any kind of justice to us. It just isn't. That's their world, not ours. But yeah, as far as the presence down here in Union Station, I mean, hey, I'm gonna be honest. It's cleaner looking, it's nicer looking. You still have some people asking for money, but they're like only 2 or 3, and they're like right by the escalators. They're not inside. They're not people like zombies on the inside. I was able to take an actual walk around the circle without smelling weird stuff. It's nice. I mean, I spoke to some of the military people. They were so nice. I said, I'm glad you're here. They were like, thank you. I even spoke to the U.S. Marshals up in Maryland. They were sweet too. They had no attitude, even though they were busy. Like, he was busy, and he still spoke to me so nicely. So, like, literally, thumbs up, Trump. Get him.
A lot of people running into a frantic because they don't know what to do, because Trump is sending them troops down here to clean up the world. To clean up the world. I'm trying to figure out why everybody's so scared. It's time for the world to get cleaned up, man. It's time to clean the world up. It's too messy. All that drama, all this death, it's too messy. Everybody acting like they love what's going on, but, you know, hate what's going on, but y'all actually love it, because when somebody trying to do something about it, y'all mad. Y'all trying to protest it and things like that. Come on, man. We need somebody to save our planet. Our people really ain't going to do it ourselves. When we try to save our people, it's like we're going against our people. Or they might try to shoot us down. So by Trump standing up as a white man doing this, they can't touch him. Why not let him clean that up for us and help our people out? I'm tired of my people dying. I'm tired of seeing young black people dying. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You should be tired of it. Too many kids, you know what I'm saying, innocent bystanders, old people, everything. I'm tired of it. So Trump, big ups to what you doing.
Everybody tired.
I come from the gangbanger life, but I changed my life around. You know what I'm saying? I got purpose. I got meaning. You see what I'm saying? Y'all need to tighten up, man. For real. Ain't nothing wrong with what Trump doing. For real. Because for one, a lot of y'all getting out of hand. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all ain't following law. None of that. None of that. What y'all expect? Y'all out of hand. Everything got to have a balance to it. That's out of order. Clean it up. And if you got something to say about that, that means that you one of the ones. You're a problem. You're a real problem to... For real. I'm glad Trump's speaking up and trying to help our people out. He ain't trying to destroy us. The only people gonna get destroyed is the ones that's trying to go against that shit, that want to keep the evil going. The ones that y'all steady crying about and crying that something need to change. Somebody need to help. Somebody need to help, please. The world is crazy. We need to save our people. Well, the time is now. That's what Trump doing. Big ups to you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. If you got something to say, man, kiss a mother ball.
I thought y'all said D.C. was going to be looking like Germany in the 1930s. If you go around D.C. and talk to the residents after Trump's decision to federalize the city, it sounds like the residents pretty happy to me. It's crazy. Every time Trump do something, y'all had this emotional ass outrage. Then the shit y'all say It's going to happen. Never happens. Just like y'all said, we was going to be slaves again when he got elected. But anyway, after it doesn't happen, it's straight silence. Then y'all about something else. Make it make sense.
But Donald Trump proved that it's possible to end black on black crime. He proved that, right? In D.C., his troops, no murders for the entire weekend. That is insane. And to think that the left would protest.
Chicago people. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. Chicago needs this.
Against that. To think that the left would say, oh my God, it is a bad thing that black people are now stop killing each other. And the reason why that is a bad thing for them is because that is a core of liberalism, right? That is part of what makes them victims. So if you take away each sort of victim mentality peg or pillar, that's one less person that's going to have a victim mentality. So that's one less person that'll be a leftist. That'll be a woke libtard, right? So they are freaking out. But what's crazy is the fact that he could actually fix that. And with police, who would have thought? That's why I always say every hood should have one prison in it.
They said FBI, DEA, ICE, it's all that outside in Washington, D.C. I don't even got to look over my shoulder no more. I'm walking around with this shit. I ain't hiding none of this shit. I'm walking blocks with this motherfucker. Listen, jump out on me if you want. I'm going to scream. They're going to be here in 33 seconds. As soon as you tell about, get that shit up. Ah!
Man, the city.
Oh my gosh, this man said he can walk around with his chain on and get his chain snapped. Ridiculous that people are living.
City is crazy. Yes, we got the National Guard, but y'all really that upset? I'm not. Can I tell you why? I've been to multiple funerals in the last year. Multiple. I have a personal friend of mine who lost her daughter to gun violence. She was 3 years old. You think I'm mad? I'm more mad that she got killed than I am at Trump. See, y'all pick and choose what y'all want to be mad at. But when them little ass boys was outside shooting up neighborhoods and all of these little kids was getting killed, I ain't see all this anger. I ain't see all this outrage in this row. Why? Because it ain't hit your doorstep? Y'all mad about the wrong shit. Y'all mad about the wrong. Y'all should be mad at these kids outside and they ain't got no control. That's what y'all should be mad at. All the statistics. I'm speaking to you from a personal standpoint. What I seen with my own eyes. I rode a 16, 17-year-old into a church household. In his casket. Y'all never did that. And you want me to be mad that something is going on today, something is happening now to cure the streets, to slow down violence? I'm not mad at all. And I ain't mad that it might take longer, but something is being done. Y'all got pick and choose. Y'all was cursing Murray Bowers out. Now y'all cursing Trump out about something that he trying to help and deal with. Was y'all mad at the mayor as much as y'all mad at Trump? Because under her administration, I still see babies dying every year. We ain't went 5 months without a kid dying. Baby by the age of 1 through 14, they asses dying. But you want me to be mad at Trump. Y'all want to be mad at Trump.
I want us to be so mad.
How?
So
How? I'm watching these people die like on a monthly basis. Y'all not seeing it? What? Y'all don't see it now?
They don't see it.
What's going on?
That's the thing. They're not seeing it.
You know what? I'm happy for the residents of D.C. because for the first time in ever, there's not really any overt crime happening in D.C. For the first time, there's not a bunch of murders. For the first time, there's not a bunch of gang violence. For the first time in many decades, these people can actually go outside and they don't have to climb over homeless people. They don't have to hold their kids' hand and tell them to step around the and piss that the homeless leave on the side of the road. That there aren't a bunch of people outside in the middle of the street drinking with their 40s and like that. that there aren't a bunch of shell casings little kids have to walk over. Yes, finally, the ordinary residents of DC, the ordinary people like you and me, our community, can actually get a break. These children can actually go outside. They're not going to get shot. They're not going to end up dead or on t-shirts. For the first time, their parents can take their hand and walk them to the park and not have to explicitly worry about them being shot up on the block. Yes, I'm happy that DC is being taken over. I'm happy the FBI, I'm happy the people of DC get a chance to breathe. They get a chance to go outside. These kids get a chance to walk to the park without dying. That's what you're missing. The people that live in these specific streets, these specific blocks, these specific areas are happy that they don't have to deal with the riffraff anymore, are happy they don't have to deal with the piece of people that would rather shoot up their own community than do something better with their life. This is the first time in forever they're probably able to breathe. This is the first time in forever I haven't seen a bunch of gang violence happen. Kids' lives have been saved because of the extra police presence. And that's what you guys are forgetting. Children's lives have been saved. Teenagers' lives have been saved. Young adult lives have been saved. You understand the amount of gang violence that has not taken place since there has been extra support in DC? A lot. A lot of lives have been saved. And people,
that's all they're trying to do. No, he's racist. No, he's trying to kill more. No, he hates us. No, he's not trying to be agenda. Trying to save more. Just trying to stop the gun violence. You gonna shoot at the Navy instead of the kids. Shoot at the Navy instead. I'm not saying do that. What y'all should be out doing, but they're bringing war to the gangs. This is nothing new, man. This is nothing new. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a really nice show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And just growing, man. Sky is the limit. Is the limit. It's been a long journey. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Get y'all out really early. Man. Appreciate y'all tuning in.